Welcome to our personality interview segment, The Aviator. Our guest is FELIX ABALI.
FELIX ABALI has vast experience in academics, research and aviation. He holds a PhD in mechanical engineering from A&T State University, North Carolina, USA. ABALI was a principal research engineer at United States Federal Aviation Administration, manages structural integrity of small airplanes program. He was also a member of American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronauts. In Nigeria, he served as the Director of Licensing at the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. FELIX ABALI is currently the Commissioner, Accident Investigation Bureau.
Accident investigation is a process of determining the causes or the occurrences that lead to an accident, and also to issue safety recommendations if necessary. It is not the purpose of accident investigation to apportion blame or liability to any party. It is from the safety recommendations that we issue that ensure that the occurrence of what has caused the accident doesn't take place again. When an accident does take place, there are the people or organizations that are called first responders. NEMA is one of those. The community, members of the community surrounding it, the police and the fire services. These people usually go to the accident site. It is NEMA that is charged from the federal government to conduct rescue and operations. Then after that is done, or even as it's continuing, accident investigators will go in there and then try to secure whatever the components of or the wreckage, and maybe any other belongings of the passengers and all those things, and then start conducting the investigation. The main challenges we have in AIV are those of funding. Funding has been an issue here because we only receive about 3% of the sales ticket charge that NCA collects from Nigerian Civil Aviation and the airlines. And it is with that we operate. Another challenge that we have is manpower. Again, manpower is going to be based on funding too. We need manpower in some areas, getting experienced people in air traffic control, and actually even some pilots and more engineers. Because it is people with those type of experience that we hire to be trained as accident investigators. You cannot just come here and start accident investigation. You have to have those qualifications, a qualification as a pilot or aircraft maintenance engineer or air traffic controller, and then on top of that you are trained. So all that again goes back to funding. If we have enough funding, then we'll be able to recruit all those people. The minister is helping quite a bit. He's working with us, and we are also working with the National Assembly to see that we get more funds, to get a little more than the 3% that we have been getting. So there is hope that this will be taken care of, and then we would have an establishment that will keep improving. Accident investigation, first of all, is a global theme. We all work together, and as we work together, there are some certain things that we can do here and some certain things that can be done overseas. We all work together. Just for example, we had the flight data recorder from a Sikorsky accident that took place in the Lagos Lagoon. And we contacted the equivalent of AIB in the US, which is called the National Transportation Safety Board. And even they themselves did not have the equipment to be able to download the information from the FDR box. And this is one of the best labs in the country. But after searching, we are able to find a lab in the UK. Actually, it's Air Accident Investigation branch in UK that was able to download information for us. Accident investigation is not about rushing into judgment. It's a careful process, and you cannot subject yourself under duress to do accident investigation. If you do that, then the results will be questionable, and it's not going to help the whole world. So, in as much as we have to send this overseas, I don't think, as long as we get the appropriate result, then that overcomes any type of small delay. The other establishments overseas, which are the equivalent of AIB here, are always willing to work with us. And in most cases, when we ask them for help, they are ready to help. And even if you ask them to come to Nigeria to help, they will pack their things and come right away. So even if there's a little bit of delay, it is overcome by the results, the quality of results that we get. We do not have a direct way of advising the airlines what to do or not to do. It is only through safety recommendations that we do that. So it's an indirect way. We issue the safety recommendations, and the safety recommendations are usually addressed to the regulatory authority, which is NCAA. And then NCAA goes from there, and they contact the airlines to do what needs to be done. But having said that, AIB has a monitoring program, because you cannot just issue safety recommendations and you don't know what has happened to them. We do go out to see, as a follow-up, whether these recommendations have been implemented. We cannot enforce it, but just for the records that these things have been done. We come up with safety recommendations, and we would hope that they are implemented. But the way the old industry is set up is that there is a regulatory section, and that is a question for them to answer, because our job is completed after we issued the final report and the safety recommendations. We have issued 3 what we call ASGs, Alert Service Bulletins. Those are again bulletins that would instruct operators and manufacturers to take care of different difficulties in servicing the aircraft, if that has to do with maybe the accident. We just had a K audit recently, and the AIB session, we passed it with flying colors. We had about 84.4% as opposed to 77% that AIB got in 2007. So we did very well. That went along with the overall audit, but the section of AIB, we did very well in flying colors. We are proud to say that. We made the country look good internationally. There are different categories that K audit deals with. One of them is accident investigation. We focus on accident investigation, and we work very hard to see that we are doing the right things according to the stipulations in the International Civil Aviation Organization, Annex 13, that deals with accident investigation. It just shows that AIB is following and doing things well according to the rules set by ACAU. The investigators in AIB are always working, either writing reports for ongoing accidents and also continuing investigations that have not been concluded. It could be in the form of analysis, it could be in the form of going to interview somebody. Those ongoing accidents are always there. And again, it's not only accidents that we investigate. A lot of people don't know that AIB also investigates incidents that don't always make the news. For example, several months ago, there was an airline with an aircraft that was taken off here from Lagos Airport, and it had a tire problem. A section of the tire came off and hit the wing and knocked off a section of the wing. Luckily, the aircraft was able to turn around and it landed safely without injuries. That did not make the news, but we have to investigate and also write a report. So there are so many cases like that. What AIB does not investigate is what we call minor incidents. But whatever it is, if anything happens to an aircraft, AIB will be there. AIB will look at it. If it is an accident, AIB will investigate. If it is a serious incident, AIB will investigate. But if AIB determines that it is a minor incident, then we release it or hand over to NCAA, which is the regulatory body. They will do the investigation of the minor incident. So we are always working. Our work continues to be the work of investigation. When we go there, the reason we are going over there is, in some cases, is because we don't have the equipment here to do analysis, or maybe some other reasons. But in most cases, equipment. If we don't have the equipment, then we'll go over there and then use the equipment. But that doesn't mean that AIB investigator is not going to be there. AIB investigators are always, we carry the component on the aircraft, and then we take it over there, and we go to the organization with the component. Then the component is opened in front of everybody so that nobody has any questions about tampering with the component. It's opened, and then if it is going to be dissected, it will be dissected in front of everybody. So AIB person has to be there. It cannot go there and then just hand over the component to the other organization and then go back to the hotel to sleep. That's not what we do. With this job, there is no time to relax. Even if you are sleeping, your telephone is on. Nobody prays for a bad thing, but you have to be ready to respond all the time. So you are sleeping with one eye and one eye is open. That's how I relax. I relax with sleeping with one eye.
Commercial airport runways are typically 2 to 4 feet thick, with layers of asphalt. Taxiways are usually thinner, with around 18 inches of concrete. The world's fastest airplane is the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird, flying at 2,193 miles per hour. It has held that record for nearly 40 years.
And that's it on the program this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Liliana Ezemark. See you next week, and bye.